everybody, and welcome to another episode of Peteman Reviews. Today we have Cyclonus, the original G1 variant. This is not the Target Master release of Cyclonus, this is the original 1986 release. I like it. I like the jet at any rate. It looks brilliant. I think this is actually my favourite version of Cyclonus for the jet. It's sleek, it's got that nice delta wing configuration and the proper arrow for there. I really do like the jet. Underneath it's perhaps less impressive, but most Transformers are like that. From the rear, well, these are perhaps a little bit clunky at the back here, but you know, yeah, I really like the jet. And the fact it comes with a folding wheel. That's an unusual design as well. If you compare it with the Legends jet, Legends jet is not as good. There we are. That wasn't an intended part of the demonstration. I say, as much as the Legends jet is by far the superior robot, it just doesn't work as well. I can see what they're going for again. You know, you've got, even from the somewhat clunky rear, you've got delta wing, more or less shown in the same variant, and the pointy nose. Well, that nose is perhaps slightly pointier, but it does suddenly disappear there. It's actually slightly smaller unusually, but yeah, for me it's definitely this guy, watching about him, is the best Cyclonus jet that I've seen. Robot mode, less so. We'll do the robot mode. By the way, if you want to see the robot mode for the Legends Cyclonus release, check out the review I did from it. Got to be getting on a while now, but yeah, check out the review for that. I just wanted to compare the jet modes for them. Okay, so 1986, the movie, all the hype around that, and the perhaps not very good commercial success at the cinema of Transformers the movie, though that said, it's more than made back its money, and more in video and DVD and now Blu-ray releases. The toys are a somewhat mixed bag. Galvatron, for example, big, clunky, makes lights and noises, which I'm sure is great, but it's not the best robot. Ultra Magnus, on the other hand, is a far better robot, but let's not forget Ultra Magnus is based off a Diaclone range. Scourge, the robot mode on Scourge is terrible. The hovercraft mode, not too bad. Cyclonus, brilliant plane mode. Robot mode is a bit less desirable. Let's see that now, shall we? So we begin by flipping up all of this. One huge piece, quite clunky, design like that. That flips down in there. The legs come down here. Flips down again. Quite unusual to have that design, and ratchets in there. Same till here. So this is more common than what you see on Transformers of today, so it's quite unusual to see from 86. Feet go like that. Wings like so. Now, the arms are actually a little bit complicated to transform, partially because you need to know what it is that you're transforming with. So that flips like that. These flip out like that. And then this flips again like that, so you can put these out, and then it kind of goes a bit like that, depending on how you want it. Surprisingly enough, this is his fist. Yeah, it looks nothing like a fist at all, but this is a fist. There's the hole for it. So yeah, you see what I mean. Same deal here. Flip this up. What am I doing? It actually goes around, doesn't it? That goes like that. Fist again. Yeah, I've got myself a little bit in a confused tizzy there. There we are. Oh dear. The hands are utterly dreadful. I mean, in what universe is that even a fist? If it wasn't for the little peg there for the gun, you would never see the fist. There's the slight variance there of a thumb, but only if you've been told that that's a fist. For a long time, when I first had this, I thought it was like the original ones, you know, Starscream, Ramjet, all the original Seekers, where you had fists that bolted on, and I thought, because I actually thought that this didn't come out, you know, I thought it was like that, and you've bolted on the hands there, and I thought, oh right, it's not a complete one. When I discovered that this is how you do it, that is the fist, yeah, Needless to say, I was not amused. That's dreadful, really is dreadful. The wings, as I say, they do flip back like so. You can flip them all the way back. It's a little bit loose now, which is the only downside with that. Head, the face, well, it's bad, but again, it's no worse than the original Seekers. Remember their heads? They stuck in the middle there. He's got no peripheral vision, but neither did the originals. The head is very large, it has to be said, on Cyclonus. This bit is far too long there. That should be much further down. I think that's perhaps one of the negatives on it. But I can live with that, you know. Clunkiness was a bit of the day with these guys. Shoulders are very... He doesn't have shoulders, really. There's not a lot that they could do with that. You know, this will flip up here. Oh, I've zoomed in too much. Flips up like that, but there's not a lot they could do with the shoulders. The fists are unforgivable. He does have knee articulation, which is quite good as part of dint of his transformation, and the arms will move up and down. But the robot mode really does let this guy down, I'm afraid. The wrists are... the hands... I'm going to keep on about it because the hands are just so ridiculous. I don't know why they bothered, to be honest. Jet mode, fantastic. Robot mode is pretty dire. But there we are. What do you expect? As I said, a lot of them did not have good robot modes. Cyclonus, unfortunately, really was let down by his robot mode. But the jet mode is brilliant. I strongly suggest you keep this guy in his jet mode and the Legend Cyclonus in the robot mode. Then you've got one Cyclonus as a jet and one Cyclonus as a robot. You get the best of both worlds. As a toy, yeah, it's worth getting. Particularly if you want a good plane. Brilliant as a plane, and if you want to collect them, you know, yeah, it's actually got reasonable articulation for the time. Hands are just terrible, and I don't really like the head either. That's the downside of it. But you know, as one to collect, you could do worse. But make sure if you do get this guy, I strongly suggest that he's at his best in his jet mode. Thank you very much for watching. Why not click and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next review. Thank you. Goodbye.